Hey, what's up guys? It is the Slifer Slacker back at it with another video, and I'm sure most of you watching this are probably disappointed that it is not a Cosmo Neos update. It is a Cyber Dragon update, but I finally got the last card for my arsenal, and I really want to show this deck off. So, if you guys have followed my channel, you know the way I play Cyber Dragons is I play my main as an OTK fusion strategy, and then my side is the Cyberdark control variant. So guys, I'm going to show you the deck. So we've got 3 copies of the OG Cyber Dragon. The OG Ulti-Rare, first ed, near mint. Gotta love it. Triple copies of the best card in the deck, Cyber Dragon Core. Triple copies of Hertz. I do like Hertz. You could probably play him at 2. You could probably fool around with 1 copy. But I like 3 because I usually pitch it off of Cybernetic Horizon. Speaking of which, Cyberdark Claw is our Cybernetic Horizon searcher, as well as the Cyberdark Realm searcher. So I like that card. This card actually helps against Kashtira. As long as you can get something onto the board, you can then use Cyber Eltanin, send him out, and then board wipe your opponent's Kashtiras away. Cyberdark Chimera is our Power Bond searcher, and 1 Natchter. I've messed with higher ratios of Natchter. I don't really like it. I prefer to have him at 1, searchable if I need it, because this deck it's very easy to search anything in. And that will do it for our monsters. So that is our monster lineup. I'm going to go ahead and get you to the spells. So we've got triple copies of Machine Duplication. I like this card because it makes Cyber Dragon Infinity, and I don't really like having to play Galaxy Soldier because I want my search to kind of dedicate to getting to Power Bond, and I'll showcase that after. But triple copies of Cyber Emergency, 2 copies of Power Bond. I advocate for 2 because if you draw 1, you can just pitch it off and search the other one, and you don't really have to worry about it getting banished. So I think 2 is a fair ratio. 2 copies of Cybernetic Horizon, 2 copies of Cyberdark Realm, 2 copies of Raigeki. Yeah. Raigeki is actually a decent board breaker against Kashtira. As long as you have spell and trap zones, you're probably going to destroy all, if not all, but 1 of their monsters. And that would save basically a Rise Heart, which wouldn't really be hard to out him. So, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Clockwork Knight. Of course, we get this card, and then shortly after, we enter a format where it sucks because a Rise Heart is a Macrocosmos on legs, and it stops Clockwork from being a thing. So, 1 Overload Fusion. I like the card. 1 Cyber Repair Plant, and 1 of the new Evolution End Burst. I like this card. This should have had Cyber in the name. Okay, this should have been like Cyber End Burst, or anyway, or you could even just, this card is always treated as a Cyber or Cyberdark card. I don't know why they didn't do that. But I just want to run it at 1, just to kind of have 1, just to play it. Seems like a fun card. Triple copies of Imperm, and 1 copy of the Cybernetic Overflow. And that's going to round off the main deck. That is a 40-card main deck. We don't run any hand traps because we're relying more on board breakers, but if you prefer to play hand traps, you can cut these out and play whatever you feel is necessary this format. But But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase the extra deck real quick. And then after that, I'm going to showcase the side deck. So first, we've got our OG Cyber package. We've got one Cyber End, one Cyber Eternity, and Cyber Twin. Basically, I mean, you're really not going to make this guy unless you just want to style on your opponent, which it is very easy to make him and very easy for him to become untargetable and undestroyable. You just have to see the right cards. So one Cyberdark End, one Cyberdarkness, and one Cyberdark Dragon. He's another one you're probably never going to see, but getting him into the grave and then doing fusion shenanigans is possible. But again, I just, I want to run a lot of the OG anime stuff. One Cyber or Chimera Tech Over, one Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, one Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, and two of our Chimera Tech Rampage Dragons, because this thing right here is your OTK machine. Basically, I'm running two because Kashtira exists. If they take one out, okay, we have the other one. If for some reason they take out both, okay, we still have Twin. If for some reason they hit all three of those, okay, we still have Cyber End, which we can do some fusion shenanigans with. One Infinity, one Nova, and two copies of Zeger. And that is going to round it off for the extra deck. So it is a 15-card extra deck. The extra deck is pretty self-explanatory. It is literally all Cyber Dragons, Chimera Tech, and Cyber Darks. You can't really not understand what's going on here. This is mainly a Cyber Dragon deck / a Zane character build, because that's the way I like to build my decks. And last but not least, we are going to showcase the side deck, which the side deck is essentially a 15-card conversion kit that allows you to take your OTK Cyber Dragon deck and turn it into a Cyberdark control style deck. So, one Horn, one Edge, one Keel. We've got one of the OGs. And then another one of Chimera. Triple copies of Cannon. Triple copies of Pot of Prosperity. One Horizon and one Realm. Two copies of Cyber Eternal and one Cyber Dark Invasion. To round off our side deck, and last but not least, because when I play this deck, I drop my count of Cyber Dragon. Like when I use this and I side out, I take my Cyber Dragon down to one copy. And because I'm playing Cyber Dark, I like to thematically play the art that goes with the deck. So I'm not playing a 16-card side deck. I know I'm going to have somebody ask that. But no, I play the Dark Art Cyber Dragon in the side deck just to stay with the theme of Cyber Darks. So guys, that is the deck. Let me know what you think. At about probably at 800 subs, I am going to update my Cosmo Neos build. But I just wanted to kind of get this out there because I have been having so much fun with this deck. And it's really been a blast playing this deck. You literally feel like Zane as you're playing it. So guys, this is the Slifer Slacker out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Even if, you're not a big fan of the way I'm playing the deck, at least be a fan of that max rarity. Because not a lot of people have this thing in max rarity. Guys, Slifer Slacker out.